to make sure that whatever's in fashion, she's right there, she's slightly ahead of it. So she's got brilliant stylists, brilliant people who choose her music. She always works with great producers. So obviously that tells me she's great at taking advice.
Yeah.
But is she going to be that good at giving it?
What are you trying to say then? You don't think she's going to be able to give it to young...
Well, I don't know. I mean, obviously we know by the longevity of her own career that she can
take it.
You know, with Jessie,
give it.
Well,
and
that's
is she qualified to give it? That's what.
Well, I think she might be.
I think as a vocal coach, like Jessie, for example, was exceptional. I would like to see Adele as a coach.
I think bring it.
Because she's a songwriter. She's warm. She's down to earth, and I think that the young talent could really relate to her.
Well, we'll put that to one side just for the moment. Just keeping it to Kylie, because you know, who we like is almost irrelevant because this is what we've got. But just for the moment, I think the fact that you know, her longevity speaks for itself. And it's really interesting what you said, in that she's very good at taking advice from all the different... You've got style advisors, producers, all that sort of thing. Surely that's what a pop star needs to survive these days. So if anyone is qualified to be able to encourage them, listen to your peers. They know what they're talking about.
And also she understands what sells to her market. She understands what sells. She's never deviated. She's never done anything that hasn't appealed to her audience. You might say, yeah, she's safe, she doesn't take risks.
I don't know. When she was with Michael Hutchence, she went very saucy for a little while.
Yeah,
and that propelled
but that's the point.
She cleverly went for the gay market, and she
but she did it through Michael Hutchence. That's the point. Creatively, she needs to. I think she could have perhaps done it a bit more on her own. She could have evolved as an artist more in her own right. I know Madonna is the queen of taking other people's great ideas and putting them into practice.
Well, we call it being a psychic vampire.
You should know.
I do think to be a total artist, you have to take total control of your own career, like Danny O'Donoghue, will.i.am, and even now Sir Tom, you know, I mean, he makes his own choices.
But surely this show is primarily about entertainment, and the BBC have booked her to get the biggest ratings possible. It's in a slot on a Saturday night. It's got to get the right ratings.
And let's not forget, she's got a nice bum.
And Adele wouldn't have the same kind of appeal that
Oh, no, I don't agree about Adele. I've met Adele and she's really impressive.
One
at a time, ladies. You're all talking over each other, just one at a time. Also, as well, you have to bear in mind it's a BBC show, and, of course, Danny was on ITV, and she's already been a judge.
Yeah.
So do you think that, for once, you know, the sisters are going to be asking each other advice, taking advice?
Do you think there's a judging gene? That's going through the Minogue family.
Well, isn't it interesting that Kylie says she's going to be really competitive? Because I wouldn't have thought she was competitive. But
I would.
Yeah, well, she's single-minded. Is that the same as being competitive?
I think it probably is, and I think she is competitive, and I think that's a very good thing for her to be, and I think that's what we should all be in our lives, you know? And I think she is. I think she's up and out there. She wouldn't have lasted this long and still be there if she wasn't competitive. And there must be a hardness in her core to keep her there. It isn't people just behind her.